Hey everybody, welcome to the AI Guide on YouTube, where we're making AI human. What does that mean? It means we're focusing on the human impact of this revolutionary technology. Not how cool it is, although that's nice, but what does it do to human beings? So thanks so much for tuning in. Click the links below. 2 links. One is my book on Amazon, The Beginner's Guide to AI, History and Current Impact on 10 Different Industries. The second link is free resources to learn much more about AI than we can do in these short segments. So thanks again for tuning in, and let's get down to it today. Okay, so here we are for part 2 of the update on autonomy, and we're going to start with buses. So fully autonomous robo-buses are running in a number of places now. I've mentioned one in New York in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. There's ones running in Phoenix, Arizona, and other places. What are the characteristics of these? Short distances, very controlled environment, and usually point-to-point most often, like the one in the Brooklyn Navy Yard in New York. That's why they can have full autonomy. The mid-size buses are not yet to full autonomy. Why? We've talked previously about the challenges of autonomy in urban environments, i.e. cities. Stoplights, most especially pedestrians, people doing random crazy things like running stoplights and all that stuff. So the robo-shuttles are fully autonomous. They also have minibus, midibus, city buses, and coaches. And the coaches are the ones, because they go long distances, however, they require special licensing that might reach full autonomy. Although there is a city bus run being done, and we'll talk about this in a second. But what is driving this drive to autonomy? Driver shortages. That's why. And also the fact that some of these runs are very achievable, right? Like the point-to-point, mostly freeway, full-size trucks, or city buses on a defined route is another good one. But the labor shortage is what's really driving this. Plus, of course, productivity improvements. Why? Because, again, as discussed at the end of last time, that 11-hour cap on driving each day. But the final reason is safety. So 95% of all accidents today on the highways, and this is globally, are still caused by human error. So virtually all traffic accidents are caused by people making mistakes. And when autonomy is fully developed, that will dramatically improve the fatality and injury rate in vehicles. It's beyond doubt. So who are some of the people who are really drilling down on autonomy? Well, there's a slew in robo-shuttles, but the number of companies participating in that sector is actually falling. Why? Because this is typical new technology development. A bunch of people jump in, it peaks in terms of the number of companies, and then some companies fail, and the successful ones start buying up the technologies of some of the other ones that are smaller. But for trucks, the ones furthest along are Too Simple is the furthest along, Waymo, and then the major manufacturers like Daimler, which is Mercedes, and Volvo are very far along with Aurora, and some in China. China is actually progressing very well with autonomous vehicles. And we've talked about most of those are all still petroleum-powered vehicles, right? Diesel. There's a few all-electrics, Volvo and Einride being the two furthest along, and then there's hydrogen electric hybrids. So those are the big players in trucks. For robo-shuttles, ZF is a good one. You can look that up and see their videos on YouTube. But they're running today fully autonomous robo-shuttles. And then for city buses, Fusion Processing, founded in 2012. Fusion has accumulated more than 1 million miles of real-world testing of autonomous buses, now still with a safety driver, right? But they have had a run going in the UK in the Glasgow area. So that's pretty cool. Now, let's talk about TuSimple for a minute. TuSimple, and I've talked about this before, but it bears saying again. On December 22nd, 2021, TuSimple became the first to successfully test a fully autonomous semi-truck on open public roads with no human in the vehicle and no human intervention. The run took place on the evening of December 22nd, 2021, and went from Tucson, 80 miles, into Phoenix. So what were the characteristics of that? Late in the evening, less traffic, and also mostly freeway the whole way, but still a remarkable accomplishment. And now that it's been proven and it worked, it will happen more and more and more quickly. In fact, there's a video on YouTube right now about a driverless Tesla truck on the freeway. So how mature are these? There are, in people with very advanced in commercial trials, there's 5 companies in autonomous trucks and another 6 in limited trials, and then more behind that. So industry is starting to mature. And what drives this industry for buses and the trucks? We've talked about this extensively. The 3 sensors, right? Optical, which is the main one that companies are still using. Radar is the second most in use today. Both of those have serious limitations in bad weather, which is why number 3 that's coming up rapidly is LiDAR. But again, even LiDAR cameras need to be cleared off of snow and ice and fog accumulating water droplets on them and stuff like that. So these sensors are what is driving this. But you can tell from these 2 videos that autonomous vehicles are out there. They're on the roads right now. I mentioned one previously that's on I-81 down through Virginia into Tennessee. Very soon, we're going to start to personally see these fully autonomous trucks running. And adoption will be rapid. Once these things start accumulating miles without accidents, adoption will be very, very rapid. Why? We talked about it a month ago. A projected 80,000 driver shortage. So this goes for city buses too, right? It does. So this field is moving fast. Be prepared. Think about job options in the next 3 to 5 years. If you're a trucker, you want to be looking at other options to be able to not get automated into unemployment. Okay, well, that wraps it up for today. Click the links below, get my book on Amazon, which will give you a really good view of the impact on 10 different industries right now of AI, and also the free resource link. Everything in the resource is totally free. So grab it and learn much more about AI, because that's going to have the biggest impact of anything on your career in your working lifetime. So thanks so much. Take care. We'll see you next time.